well, streaming data to blank.
Yeah,
listening.
yes, that's fine.
All right, and
quick.
on my record.
Oh, this.
All right, so we are coming into what this one is now the 9th race of the season. Only Italy, Singapore, Japan, USA, Mexico, and Brazil left in this Division 2 season. Right now, JD has a commanding one race lead in the championship, leading El Sucio Dan by 26 points, 156 to 130, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the big championship contest that we are looking at today.
Yes, 156 for JD, 130 for El Sucio Dan. And JD actually has won 3 times in a row.
Yeah, previously, it definitely feels like the momentum switched between Canada and Austria, because before then, any race where the both of them finished, El Sucio Dan was able to take it. But JDR has been able to have some very good results. And there have been some extenuating circumstances there, but he's definitely starting to put in a major challenge that Dan has to really start responding to right now, or it's going to be too late and he's going to be relying on JDR to make mistakes. And what we've seen is that JDR is not super prone to making race-ending costly mistakes.
Yeah. Also, I noticed that JT actually, out of those 3 wins, he got fastest lap in 2 of them. So that's 26 instead of 25 points for him. And if we look at the constructors, JD with Dubman and Alfa Romeo on the top of 164. Renault, the Renault team, who is 3rd and 4th in the championship standings with 159 points. And then the Haas team with 141. So pretty tight when it comes to constructors, I'd say.
Indeed, and we've also got some exciting contests going on further down. While there's a bit of a step away from the top 2 of JDR and Bruno, you've got Rogaine and Krith and Raro and Balzac. And honestly, we could throw Red Baron in there. We're all between 83 and 59 points. All of them have been getting some very nice results in the last little while. Indeed, Red Baron had a really fantastic race in Belgium, didn't he, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, he did, I'm pretty sure. So,
yeah, he was leaving so much the way.
I'm not sure what to call him. I think he said PLL.
He's PLL.
Yeah.
He is PLL. Double checked with him last week.
So Garrett is the first person, I believe, to go ahead and actually start a lap time, so I'm on board with him.
Yeah, and a shout out to Clark Muller in the chat, who is here as a Gert fan.
Taking it very cautious. 30-second S's.
Honestly, smart to set a careful banker lap. The track's going to get faster, but you really don't want to end up in a completely out of place qualifying just because you keep on throwing away laps trying to be a hero in every single lap that you do.
Yeah, so already somebody behind him went faster in sector 1. Ooh, bit of trouble through the Ascari.
But doesn't lose it, keeps the lap. Also, I'll note El Sucio Dan going out on mediums, everyone else setting their times on softs.
Yeah, for this track it is a pretty easy one stop. Either softs to mediums or mediums to softs. 122 for Gert. And let's see if the Renault of Takumi goes faster.
Takumi Fujiwara, 120.2.
Yeah.
As the new mark to beat.
And El Sucio
Dan
only half of a second slower. So that's not too bad.
Yeah. Although, if I'm not mistaken, Takumi, this is his very first race with us.
Yes, very first race.
So we really don't know where Takumi fits in the order here. So that's going to be interesting to see where the others come through. Pat Lassard, 7/10ths off. And Red Baron with a nice lap time there goes P2. Takumi still on pole.
Let's see what Raro can do.
Indeed, yeah.
Purple sector 1, if this overlays, oh never mind, it was not purple, it was bugged out. So 121, 22, 22.1, 22.4, excuse me.
Well, not
Puts
the
him
lap that Brower was
P6.
looking for.
And Prestige and Nameless Nate, looks like they're
Are they? Oh,
ooh,
well,
yeah.
if there was going to be some Ferrari teamwork there, that was probably not what they were intending.
Yeah, I think they were both on a hot lap.
Well, that was unfortunate for Prestige then, but Nameless Nate through the second Lesmo and coming down to Saraglio and Variante Scari up ahead. Underneath the old oval. Oh, hey, it looks like we've got one of two Brax brothers. Alright, he's through Scari. And now only the Parabolica remaining. Lucky Moose shouting his advice from the stands. Hey there, Lucky Moose. And here we go, Nameless Nate setting his lap, and he goes P6 with a 120.9.
Not bad, not bad.
And
JD,
Prestige, apparently, Prestige's lap wasn't disallowed, despite going extremely wide in Variante Roggia.
if you take it very slow and actually slow down, it won't give you a warning or a penalty or even invalidate your lap. So it all depends how fast you actually go off the track.
So critically, JDR is sitting his first lap here, and this has to be our favorite for pole position. Would you agree? Or do you think Dan's got it to take pole here?
Well, it's hard to say at this
Critically,
stage.
Elsusio Dan seemingly giving up on the qualifying on medium strategy. He's going to be wanting to start in front, and he's looking like he's going to go for the soft. Into Ascari, let's see the speed he can hold. Right on the line there. I'm never sure where exactly the limit is for where the game will allow you to go wide on the exit of Ascari.
It's the track limit there it is kind of tricky.
Oh,
because
JDR abandoning his lap.
Because on the exit of it, you can go out wide, but as you go forward, you have to get on track ASAP, because the track limit's actually tight in there. PL puts it P1.
There you go. First person to be able to beat
19.9.
Takumi's lap.
Sector 1 and Sector 3 purple for him.
And here comes Elsusio Dan. He's got a 120.7 on the mediums, but he looks like he's going to be trying to set a faster lap on the softs. Riding on board with one of our two main championship challengers. A little bit of a lock-up as he comes into Redophilia.
His car is definitely set up in a way to handle bumps really good, judging from how much curb he took there in the first chicane. Goes purple sector 1. Almost half a tenth faster than PL.
And through the Lesmos, a little bit of a slide, but he's good. Nicely using as much of the track as he can get away with here. Now coming down through Saraglio. And so much on this track comes down to how much speed you can carry through the Ascari.
So he's already 4 tenths up on PLL's time. Purple sector 2 as well.
Well, this is going to definitely look like a threatening pole lap here, but how far ahead is he going to be able to pull it? And what's JDR going to do in response?
Let's see what kind of time it's gonna be. 19.4.
There we go. That's half a second.
Pretty good lap time. I'm assuming that they don't really have a lot of grip, judging from how many shadows there is, and that it's early morning. I'm guessing.
Ermagert coming around here. And let's see what he can do, if he can improve on his 22 flat. There we go. Ermagert takes a second and a half off, and he is up to 120.8. That puts him into the top 10, just behind Bergloff.
So Kenny, first race with us in the pink Mercedes, as I like to call it. 117, 18, 19, 6, and does a purple sector 3. So
well, there we go.
looks like he is gonna be one of the top contenders here. And JD goes out on the mediums with 7 minutes left.
Interesting. Now that El Sociedad has committed to the softs, could JDR be going for the, okay, fine, I'll see if I can qualify, you know, in the
But
top
he
5.
invalidates. Oh no. Into the second chicane, he used too much grip and invalidated the lap, so...
Well, things are going to get a little bit tight, because previously JDR has been, you know, bulletproof in the qualifying, and it's been El Sociedad who's had to deal with some bad qualifying situations. But with the nice banker lap that he's put in, it looks unlikely that any of the others are going to be able to challenge him. So it really comes down to JDR to really send it through Ascari and see if he can do something about Dan. Otherwise, Dan's going to have a pole position. That said, this is Monza. It's a place with some very powerful DRS and a lot of potential for overtaking some very long straights and some extremely hard braking.
So Red Baron actually goes purple sector 2. So I think the track is improving a lot as the time goes by. And goes P5 20.1. Which is weird, because he didn't improve sector 1, he didn't improve sector 3, but got a purple sector 2, so that's something, you know.
Certainly.
That's Uraro. Pretty sure that's an N lap. Looks like it.
Brother John, hitting up. I'm trying to figure out if this is a hot lap again, or if he's running an extended stint on mediums. I think this is Brother John trying to see if he can get into the top 10 with mediums. Of course, no real point of qualifying outside of the top 10 on mediums, because everyone from 11th back will have a free choice of tires.
So PLL, purple sector 1. The lap looks pretty solid so far, carrying a lot of apex speed.
And there's certainly not that much of a gap between the top 5 right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, at this point anybody could take it.
Certainly so.
3/10 up on Sociedad's. Oh, but he misses the Ascari.
Oh, that's going to be costly.
Yep. It was a purple sector 2 as well.
Well, there we go. Definitely, as has been suggested, sending it in, but it's so hard. It is not easy to get that maximized lap, and he is immediately backing out of this one. Going to go in for some fresh tires, see if he can make another shot for pole position.
So JD is still in the pits. So he's probably gonna go for that one shot here. Hopefully, hoping that he'll make a good lap time. Just one shot.
Prestige and Nameless Nate both coming through. Doing the traditional Ferrari strategy of the toe, although they're a little bit far away from each other for that.
So Nameless Nate in P5.
Solid position for him. Nameless Nate has had a bit of a tough season.
Puts it P2 with a 19.5 and a purple sector 2. So I think there's still a lot of time that these guys can improve on.
Only 600ths away from pole position.
So Rogaine is gonna start his lap just now.
And if I'm not mistaken, Raro is also now on an out lap. So expect to see currently 4th position Raro trying to make something.
Ooh, Rogaine just took the first chicane like the esports guys do. Literally just cut the first curb in a half.
The game certainly is a little bit odd about what it lets you get away with.
So he's 10th slower than Dan.
Still, qualifying in 8th place right now, he's definitely going to want to be higher up. So if he's just a little bit off of Dan, I think he can be quite proud of that.
Oh yeah. A 10th, if he
Oh, a
keeps the
little bit wide
pace,
through the second Lesnar.
I was gonna put in like P2, P3. So 4
Meanwhile,
tenths down on Dan's time. He definitely knows the line, because he takes it like the esports guys do. He's just not as quick as them, obviously. There's only a few people in the world that
amongst
can do
us,
that.
yes, Raro taking a very aggressive line into the first Lesnar.
So Rogaine in P5 finishes his lap with a 19.8. So there's only 4 tenths in between Rogaine and Al Suciadan.
Well, for that matter, the entirety of the top 10 are within 1 second of pole position right now. So I think pole's very much still up for the taking here. Raro coming into the final corner here as he straightens it out, getting all the power delivery he can possibly give out.
He goes into the pits.
That's very odd.
Probably just decided to abandon the lap.
If I'm not mistaken. Huh. Yeah, that is strange. So I'd have to guess that he must have been a 10th off or something.
Yeah, so PLL didn't improve in Sector 1, but I'm curious to see what Sector 2 is he gonna do.
And what can he do through Ascari here?
Oh, he's 2 seconds up. Never mind.
Yeah, this is not going to be a hot
JD starting his only lap in this session.
So this is it.
And Al Suciadan actually improved by a 10th, puts in a 19.3. Let's see if JD can go faster than that. So purple sector 1 already half of a 10th faster than Al Suciadan. And JD just invalidated the lap.
That is disastrous for JDR.
He is going to start last.
Why? Oh my goodness, you just feel so bad for not having him put in the banker. He could have very easily gotten a high position there, but well, sometimes you play with fire.
You know, sometimes you have to take the risk, and this risk didn't pay off. So this is what happened.
Yeah, he was always just so aggressive through Variante Ragia. And I mean, you need to be pretty aggressive and cut that corner a little bit. Is he going to try and set one more lap here? I don't think he can. I think that the checkered flag's out.
If our timer is correct, then yeah. But I usually it's a minute off.
Actually, you know what? I think JDR may have one more lap. He was saving fuel there. He's gonna see what he can get here.
Yep. So it looks like he's got one more lap. So I'm on board with him. But you know, this puts him at a disadvantage, a big one,
yeah,
I'd say.
Pressure. Well, let's see. You know, does he crack or is he a diamond today?
Ooh, and PLL fastest lap 19.1 takes the pole.
Goodness, we were so focused on JDR, we didn't have an eye on PLL. He set a really good lap. That's really, you know, putting his stamp on this race. JDR, nice and cautious through Ragia, does not want to get this lap disallowed. He knows what the consequences would be. Starting 14th, you're in the crowd, you're far back. Not only does everyone else have a time advantage on you, but you're also, car up ahead. They're going to get out of the way, brother John. Considerately letting him through before the corner.
So he's he's matching PLL's time, I'm seeing. Almost exactly the same time as PLL. So it looks like he might take...
That was the last dangerous corner.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna take either P1 or P2.
Well, let's see what he can do as he comes through the Parabolica. Full power delivery now.
And he snatches the pole.
Oh my goodness.
Not even a 10th.
Victory from the jaws of defeat. JDR with a excellent performance under pressure, knowing that he couldn't make any mistakes and still able to set the fastest lap.
But you know, his tires are 2 laps old.
That is going to be difficult, but that's not that unrecoverable situation to be in.
Yeah, but that puts him at a disadvantage for sure, and the championship contender Sociedad is definitely gonna try to, you know, take advantage of that.
And in the end, no one qualified on the medium tire. It's everyone on the soft, so we're going to have very similar strategies from everyone in the top 10, most likely. But we could have Pat Lassard, Brother John Bricklock, and Ermagert all seeing what they can do here. They could potentially do some very interesting things. And let's take a look through the qualifying.
So, you wanna do podium predictions now?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I've been really impressed with Takumi. He just came in. Don't know anything about him, but he really made himself noticed right away. I'm gonna say, well, also P2. This is just his second race, and he was very impressive last time around in Belgium, and it was just some bad luck partway through a very strange race. So it's either him or Takumi for third, I think. I don't know. I'm going to go with JDR, Dan, and P2. But honestly, Takumi for P3 could be a shout.
I'm gonna go with Sociedad in P1, JD in P2, and PL in third.
All right. Well, to make us different, I'll go with Takumi then.
You're okay. Yeah, I mean they're judging,
They're
you know,
both impressive.
from it's hard to judge, you know, stuff like this just from quali pace, because
Certainly is.
I know people have insane qualifying pace, but they lack the race pace. They don't have the pace during the race.
Oh, someone has already hit go to session.
Ooh, yeah. It was
Well,
Takumi, actually a new guy.
oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things. It's important when you join the league that everyone has the time to set their strategy. But well, this is going to be the start of our race. So
Yeah.
let's see what this brings about. The 9th race of the 2020 Division 2 season number 2 of Formula Racing League begins now.
I'm gonna stay with
5
the
lights.
front here. JD gets a good start, and so does Sociedad. PL back into P3 already. All of position changes. Let's see if there's gonna be carnage.
Dan's right behind him. Dan's gonna make a move up to the inside.
He sticks his
Here we
nose
go.
in there,
There's the lock.
and he
Oh,
makes it on the, and JD just spun.
JDR is locked off. JDR is gonna have to push. He's just going to bash his way through. Oh my goodness.
I wonder
Oh,
if there was
that
contact. I'm pretty sure.
It looked close, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. From my perspective, it looked like JD just slightly tapped him, and that just spun him around. And Raro is gonna defend from Takumi, who's in P6. So
Yes,
Sociedad with already a 1.2 second gap to PLL. And we got this big train. Ooh, this is gonna be a really good race, I think.
This is going to be, oh my goodness, yeah, and it's been a rough start for Takumi, down a couple of positions, but I think he's looking potential. He's got the potential to take this position very quickly. He's got a nice exit, and he's got a big draft, although no DRS yet.
So looking at the losers and the winners of lap 1. Ooh, and there's a wing piece from Red Baron's car.
Red Baron.
Yes, it is. He's missing an end plate, I believe.
Oh my goodness, is Takumi going to pass 3 people at once?
It's 4 wide here.
Oh my goodness.
This guy is really crazy.
Raro, P2, and Red Baron.
So
side
Takumi.
by side.
Ooh, and he gets pushed wide by PLL.
Oh
and
my
Raro.
Goodness.
So
what a fraught race.
Raro took 2 positions right now, I think, into P3. This is so crazy, and PL is gonna fight back. He's gonna take the inside line here. And he gets his elbows out.
JDR fighting his way back. He's back up to 14th place, and he's now chasing down Ian. Doesn't appear to be any damage on him, so he's going to be looking to recover here. But this really, really shakes up the race. Is he going to go for a different strategy? Is he going to go for an early stop on the hards, perhaps? Or is the hard tire just so slow that you prefer to do it?
This is so crazy. We have such a big strain from P4 to like P8 or even P10. These guys are really, really close to each other right now.
Prestige is right on Nameless Nate's tail here.
Yeah, I see that, yeah. I'm on board with Prestige right now.
But if we've seen anything from this last lap, I want to see what Takumi does in the straights here. He's got such a draft. Riding right on the back of Prestige. He's not expending that much ERS though. He's just playing it safe. Prestige threw up the inside of Nameless Nate.
Ooh my god, and sends on Red Baron as well.
And that opens up the door for Nameless Nate to make his way through up into P6. Meanwhile, Takumi gets past on Prestige.
And he might even get...
Nameless Nate looking a little unstable here. And now Takumi right behind Red Baron. Where's he going to break? And into the Rochia. Takumi is up to P7 ahead of Nameless Nate. What a race we're having here. Out in the front, oh goodness. Contact from Prestige onto Nameless Nate. Prestige goes, wait, so does Brother John. And Prestige is sideways.
Got yellow flag and Prestige is all the way down. And so is Brother John.
Oh no. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Did Brother John get collected by somebody?
No, it looks like he just lost control. Oh no! Oh, Brother John is out of the race.
And that should be a safety car, I think.
It could be. Oh, you hate to see it. You really hate to see it. It's a Sector 2 yellow flag, and
virtual
now it's
safety
a
car.
Virtual safety car is sent out. Is anyone going to take this opportunity to pit? Let's look for damage.
You know, so Red Baron, yeah, he is pitting. But Red Baron had the front wing damage, so that's understandable. I see Pat is in the pits.
Picks up a penalty, speeding in the pit lane. That's unfortunate for him.
So I know for a fact that this race is possible to do the whole 27 laps on hard. It is possible because esports guys did it. It is really hard on tires. You have to manage the tire really good.
P2. Sorry for the interruption there, but P2 has just gotten a penalty for speeding under the safety car. I think he misjudged the end of the safety car just by a little bit.
So that's a drive-through for him.
That is harsh. But that's the virtual safety car for you. It's a challenging thing to deal with. So this has actually spread things out just a little bit, but we've got JDR right on the back of Luke Brax now. And that is the closest battle that we've got on field right now as the two come into the Ascari. Oh, goodness.
GD. Goes on grass. Did you see that?
I saw that. I was on board with him just
yeah.
My goodness, JDR, what are you doing, sir?
I think that was his cat or something in front of his monitor. Pretty sure.
Ask him about that. He's gonna run on Luke Brax here, run and a half as he comes through past the Mercedes, and he is comfortably up into 9th position.
Ooh, and McLaren overshoots the turn 1, and Nameless Nate gets the position back, and JD is gonna get a run on him too.
Yeah, that was a...
Yeah, he goes around the outside, easy overtake. Nothing he can do.
There we go.
And maybe even Luke is gonna send it on him.
Might have a little bit of delivery here. Yeah, Luke Brax might try to take advantage of this.
Luke is in the Mercedes for some reason.
Well, he wasn't able to be here for the start, but I imagine that it was probably him getting put into a random vehicle.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably what happened. We've got this battle for like, what, P7? And JD passes through, and so does the McLaren, and so does the Luke Brax. Ooh, and Nameless Nate has to be really cautious here, not to hit anybody. So Nameless Nate, ooh, and a moment for him.
Certainly, and this is going to open up an opportunity for Bricklot to try and make a move for the points. P2 just
PLL,
had,
yeah, with the fastest lap 122.1.
Brick is through on Nameless Nate. Nate just having a really difficult time right now. Meanwhile, Brogain right on the back of Braro as they come into the Redifilo.
I think Nameless Nate is, he tried overtaking Brick back into turn 1 but didn't make it stick.
But Collie, they are close, Cub. They are close. Although that actually just slipping off there. Nate seems to be having some kind of like handling issue here. Goodness, the fishtailing is just. Well, this is opening up an opportunity for Ian Brax behind him to start closing in the gap. And meanwhile, Luke Brax is looking to do to Ermagert what JDR was able to do in the previous lap. He's coming through, side by side, and through. There's going to be, no, Ermagert says, I'm going to hold on to my position, thank you, I'm just going to let this go on.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get him back on the main straight here. I'm gonna go on board with Rogaine, because he's gonna get a DRS on Raro.
There's a pit stop from P2. P2 is going to ORC, serving his penalty now. Yeah, that's his drive-through penalty for P2. He's serving it right now.
Yes,
and where's it going to be?
Yeah, he has 3 laps, I believe, to serve it.
Yeah, it puts him into P2 between Nameless Nate and Prestige. Oh, and there's a bit of a moment. Ian Brax makes his way through on Nameless Nate. And now it's going to be P2 coming up on Nate next. Meanwhile,
yeah, so the field kind of spread out right now. It's not as chaotic as it was lap 2. But I wanna point out that Kenny has kept that 2-second gap to Alsuciadan, meaning that he is running somewhat the same pace, I would say, as Alsuciadan.
Certainly has. And I have to say, you know, credit to the one guy who we didn't predict for a podium on their first race with FRL. Of the people we predicted of P2, PLL in his second race, of Dumi in his first, and Kenny in his first.
And Prestige just got a 3-second time penalty.
And he's got a run on Brauer for P3 here. And around the outside, Brauer simply can't do much against the DRS and the full deployment. And they're both cleanly into the first chicane. And Rogaine looks like he has comfortably grabbed 3rd position. And you know what? It's always risky to write off Rogaine. He's been very, very consistent. He's had 2 tough races in Britain and Belgium recently.
And PLL is into P11. Overtook. Ooh, Alsuciadan!
Yes.
Gets a penalty.
Critical moment here for Raro. He gets back through on Rogaine as Rogaine has a moment going through Variante Roche. But now Rogaine is going to try and take this back. I think he's got the pace, but Raro
he's gonna get him here. There's a DRS zone.
Oh goodness. Around the outside, and there's not much Raro can do against that pace.
It just, you know, how it just shows you how powerful DRS can be.
It certainly is.
On a track that's actually very low downforce. Kenny from a 2.2 second gap to 1.9, and on Alsuciadan got a penalty.
Yeah, and that is critical because that means that functionally.
And sector 3, Nameless Nate is out.
Oh,
lost on the exit of Ascari.
Is this going to be a safety car? Because we're getting into a point where this could be the pit stop if they call a safety car.
The car is in the wall. I'm not sure how he lost it.
Well, it's not hard to lose it in many ways through Ascari, but the car is cleared out of the way and there is no safety car to come. Nameless Nate and Brother John both out of the race. 14 drivers remain. Meanwhile, we've got a fight. Bricklot and Ermagert. I think Bricklot has just gotten past, but Ermagert is going to try and make a move around the outside. and he holds position, and Ermagert takes
but
a
he
little bit
overshoots the
wide
corner.
into.
That keeps the position.
There's just no way for Brick to take it around with the line that Ermagert took through there, and now they come into the first Lesmo and second. But is Ermagert going to have the stored energy to break away here and defend himself against two very powerful DRS zones? There's also a battle brewing for third position.
Yeah, I see that Takumi is coming up on Raro. So Brick is getting really close to McLaren in front.
He's gonna have a run on him here.
100%. He overtake is on. He's gonna make that pass. And I see that Ian is into the pits. Yep, easy overtake, Mike. The McLaren can't do anything against that.
Yeah, the DRS, but if Brick really compromises his line here,
which he just did.
Oh goodness. Is that damage? Let's have a look at the external cameras. It looks like both of his nameplates are still intact. Meanwhile, PLL is in 9th place, and he, like JDR, is very much out of position right now. So thus far, of those who have made pit stops, JDR is in the lead in 10th place. So he's not on the same strategy as PLL right now. Meanwhile, PLL, looking at Ermagert, and I think, am I going to throw a move here? No, I think I'm going to wait, which is probably wise, taking advantage of the DRS when it comes. And he's got both Bricklot and Ermagert in his sights.
So Rogaine is the first one to pit from the Renault team, and Takumi has a DRS on Raro, so he's gonna keep that pressure on. This lap is really crucial for Raro, because I'm assuming he's gonna pit this lap.
Making a move, and he is back ahead. This is such an engaging duel between Bricklot and Ermagert. They're just trading, neither of them able to pull away from the DRS range, and then the other just swings that lasso and pulls him back in.
So Takumi, actually right behind Raro, is probably gonna go for an overtake here in the DRS zone before Ascari.
What do you think? Is Raro gonna go tight defensive? No, he takes the outside line, which leaves the inside wide open for Takumi Fujiwara, who takes the line. A little bit of a cut there, but it looks like he's gotten away with it. And there we go. Through Ascari, Takumi moves up into 3rd place behind El Sociedad and Kenny Lafleur. And again, we need to point out Kenny Lafleur is functionally P1 with penalties applied right now.
Yes. Both in the pits, P1, P2. Takumi in the pits, and so is Raro. And now the question is, where is Rogaine gonna come out? Because that's the person we should be looking at right now. Where is he going to come out? In front of Raro, behind?
Critically, Rogaine has JDR right on his tail right now. So we're going to see a lot of action here just in the next few moments. Takumi,
so it looks like Rogaine is going to come out in front of Takumi and Raro. And JD in P5.
Well, there we go. JD has been able to get his way back up after having that disastrous first corner, and now, well, we're going to get to see a bit of a fight here because we've got Rogaine, JDR, Takumi Fujiwara, and Raro all together here.
Yeah, and I think Red Baron, Luke Brax, Ian, they're all together as well.
And I want to see if Raro can hold on to the end, because the pace that these guys ahead of them has, these are some real fast drivers that we're looking at here. The Takumi gang showing up in force in the chat. Hey guys. Well, your boy is doing real well so far. Oh, and here's a move. JDR takes a position from Rogaine, and JDR up into P4. Bricklot up ahead, but Bricklot is the last man to not stop. Takumi looking to see if he can get a line on his teammate here.
Be right back 1 second.
Absolutely. I'll solo cast for a moment. So he's got the DRS range, but we've got a DRS train from 4th all the way back to 6th. Rauro is starting to fall off of the pace of this group. And then up ahead, once again, we have El Sucio Dan, who has made a single stop. He's in a commanding lead right now, but Kenny Lafleur behind has the advantage of a clean race thus far. If he can keep his nose clean and can keep that gap, then Kenny is functionally leading the race here. Bricklot is a little bit out of position because he hasn't pitted yet, but he is running very, very long on these softs. Rogaine, meanwhile, hasn't fallen off of JDR, and Ian Brax makes a move around Red Baron, going through Curva Grande, coming up to Variante Rogia. Red Baron looking at making a move back to the inside, but he decides against it, and Ian Brax secures himself in 9th. Meanwhile, right behind him, we have PLL, who's looking for a move on Red Baron. Red Baron's a little bit wide through the first Lesmo, and PLL is able to... Is he going to... No, there is no move there. But as they come up towards Saraglio and then Descari ahead, there are opportunities abounding for PLL. Here we go. Pace, this is again for 10th position, but Red Baron has the DRS as well.
And look, Brax. 3-second time penalty. I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back up.
And PLL, a rocket ship.
Just absolutely.
It's like he has DRS in here. And JDR with the fastest lap time of the session so far, 122.0.
Oh, it looks like Takumi has just made a move successfully on Rogaine. Sorry that I didn't have my eyes on that, but the Renault is through on his teammate, and Takumi is now chasing JDR. And now we're really going to see how these two match up against each other. We have no idea. We know that Dan and JDR are very close to each other in pace, but we do not know. Takumi is a wild card here. Takumi goes by Muliro.
Yeah,
Cool,
I see that Kenny is getting closer and closer to JD. I mean, excuse me, to Dan.
We're so used to saying JD
yeah,
lead, but
he's usually
JD
P1,
right
okay?
Fourth,
Past 3 races, he's been P1. It's not my fault. Ooh, and Ian. Ooh, big moment for Ian. The fishtailing around this track is just unreal for some drivers.
So when Bricklot pits, he looks like he's going to come out around 13th place. So at this point, I'm not entirely sure what the goal is running this far, but he's just got these guys coming up behind him, and he's staying up for yet another lap. Oh, right, of course.
PLL with a beautiful overtake. Yeah,
there he is. He's through.
Yep, just a rocket ship on this track. They probably hit, what, 340k? Something like that.
I feel very silly for forgetting that, of course, Bricklot's running long. He's on the medium tires.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, he is.
Yes, I was thinking, oh goodness, what's with this strategy? And wondering what's the benefit of running mediums for 10 laps? And then I saw. So, Takumi, the next one chasing down Bricklot, and this is nice for him. In his pursuit, he's going to have DRS from Bricklot, probably going to get through. Is he going to have a move before Ascari? I don't think so, but you never know. Bricklot's pace is,
he's
falling off on these older tires.
No, every second you spend behind Bricklot right now is slowing you down for sure. So you want to make
he's
that.
Got the DRS.
You want to make that pass. Oh yeah, he was slowing. That was some pretty smart move from Takumi. Because I'm pretty sure he slowed down before the DRS detection zone to make sure he's the one getting the DRS.
Yeah, doesn't want to fight him any longer than he has to, and Takumi is up into 4th position behind JDR, but JDR has been able to build up a little bit of a gap. Slight lockup there.
Yeah, so
and
Takumi didn't
Rogaine
actually get DRS. I thought he's gonna
Rogaine.
get. Ooh, Rogaine going.
Gotta run. Goes wide on Bricklot. Ooh, there's right there, side by side. Bricklot watches them through, and Rogaine squeezes them out as much as he can get away with.
That was some. That reminds me of Leclerc and Hamilton. Same thing happened.
And not giving each other an inch here. So I feel that I haven't been giving nearly enough attention to Kenny Leclerc here, so let's run on board with him for a moment.
Ooh, a bit of a moment. On
a
the
moment
exit of
indeed.
Ascari. I switched to him at the same time as you said, that you're not paying attention to him at all. Because he was within that DRS. He was like, what, 9/10?
Yeah, it cost him pretty much half a second, possibly a little bit more as he loses a bit of speed on the subsequent straight.
So the whole field is spread out right now. And Ian,
now it's all about
Ian just got
who's out
back
of
on me.
position. And if I'm to identify someone who's out of position right now, it's PLL. Bricklot finally going in for his pit stop, and he's going to take these last 10 laps on the soft tires. So the question is, what is he going to do next to Pat Lassard, Prestige, Ermager, these people who are on different strategies? A nice stop for him, and he is through as the others come through. And we're going to ride on board with Prestige to see where he comes out. No, it's not Prestige. It's
So
going to be where he comes out relative to Pat Lassard.
Yeah, so you...
Comfortably P15.
Yeah, so you said it, like a few laps before, that's where he's gonna come out.
Well, it goes to show that the gaps were really not changing very much relatively when they were all on the mediums. And he was on very old mediums at the time, so I think Brick is going to have a nice charge here.
Oh, 100%.
Meanwhile, we were talking about people who are out of position. And right now, I think that PLL is very much out of position. He's got the pace to be higher up right now, so look to him to be bringing some action in the final third of this race.
Yeah, but the gap from P7 to P6 is almost 10 seconds.
It's indeed a very large gap, but if he can get ahead of Luke Brax, he can just run time trial laps and see what he can do. See if the guys ahead can make some mistakes. If you can keep your race clean, especially, and that's one of the big challenges of any racing game, is keeping your head when things go against you.
That is very
so
true.
If you can just do that, you know, there could still be some very nice points on the cards for PLL, and they would be his first points since despite his very strong showing in Belgium, he ended up only being able to finish 11th place at Spa-Francorchamps. Takumi holding his gap to JDR. He is staying between 2 and 3 seconds behind, although it looks like he just had a bit of a moment there and has lost a few tenths.
So PLL,
but there's his target ahead.
Right behind Luke. Still not close enough though.
Luke Brax looking like he's having a bit of a moment through Variante Rogia, but coming into the Lesmos, let's see what lines they can take through here. Luke's a little bit wide, and PLL coming in behind. Both of them catching the apex. Oh, Takumi picks up a time penalty, and that is going to make it very hard. He both has to get ahead of JDR if he's able to do so, and then also put up a 3-second gap. Meanwhile, Kenny is almost back within DRS range of El Sucio Dan, so let's keep an eye on that. Yeah, he is right at a second to El Sucio Dan, and Dan has that time penalty.
Yeah. I just want to point out that Brick has 100% battery. He hasn't used it at all in this race. He used some right now to overtake Prestige into P12, but on the exit of Ascari he had 100% of DRS. And PL makes a move
through on Luke Brax.
into turn 1. And Kenny, I'm gonna go on board with Kenny because he is, I'm pretty sure he has that DRS now. Oh, never mind. Not yet.
That is going to be their luck. He's only 7/10 off of El Sucio Dan, and he has really been showing himself to have the pace advantage on him at this point in the race.
Yeah, and I think El Sucio Dan knows it because he's starting to burn ERS to try to get out of that gap.
Yeah, he does not want Kenny to be able to just ride in and save his ERS and stay within DRS range, because you can just save up.
Ooh,
Oh, there's a yellow flag inspector too, and it's a Force India.
Yep, that's Brick. Spun out.
That is unfortunate, but I think he can still make some aggressive moves here. He can still chase down Pat. He's still got these fast tires.
Yeah, so looking at the gap from Kenny to JD, that hasn't changed a bit. It's still 8 point something seconds. But Kenny is hunting down on Sociedad right now. It looks like Luke actually makes an overtake. Or no, that's PLL again.
That's PLL making the move. Oh, and Brick
And
is
Rick
retired
retires
from the session. What's happened? Did he just retire?
I think he just retired after he spun.
That's unfortunate.
That
I would
could
have liked to
bring
see
out
the
a safety car, because the car is stopped right before Parabolica. No,
Well, Kenny and Dan are going to be the first two to see that. Meanwhile, Pat Lassard hits the pits. Also,
Kenny is going to get that DRS again.
Takumi is starting to close the gap to JDR again. He's got it back under 3 seconds, and he's starting to pull in. We'll see if he can keep that consistency going, but he's going to need to both pass him and get enough of a gap to negate his time penalty.
So PL should make the move here. He's very close. Doesn't really have ERS, but he has DRS.
And of the two RS, this
goes
is
on
the one
inside.
to have in Italy.
Goes on the inside. Ooh, and moves over to the racing line. They fortunately didn't make any contact, so that's good. And back to Kenny.
Red Baron hitting again. Red Baron going for a 2-stop, it seems.
And we got Sector 2, and it's one of the Renaults. Is it Rogaine? That's Takumi.
Oh no, it's Takumi who's off, and he loses the position to Rogaine.
And looks like the front wing is still intact, so that's good. But Raro is right behind him right now. I'm gonna swap over to Kenny.
And I'm going to keep an eye on Raro.
I just want to see if he gets the DRS here or not.
Oh,
and he
close.
doesn't. I'm back with Raro.
Alright, we're gonna see if Takumi can hold him off or if Raro can now... Oh, he doesn't have the best line through the parabolic.
He still gets that DRS though, so that's gonna bring him closer.
Taking a tight line here, he's gonna close in, but I don't think this is going to be enough. Takumi is now going to be thinking, okay, gotta hold off Raro, and I've got my teammate Rogaine up ahead. Of course, just teammates as of this race, and he was literally placed into the Renault about 30 seconds before the start of the race, so... you know, there's not going to be much teamwork between these teammates, I suspect.
So the two closest drivers here. Oh, and Kenny. No, Kenny, no. Kenny got a 3 second time penalty.
Well, that suddenly... Well, honestly, that really straightens things out here, because previously, Kenny just had to follow him. Now, if Kenny wants this win, if he wants to win on this first race, he is going to have to make an overtake happen. He can't just follow. The time for, you know, just winning passively is over.
He's getting really close to Sociedad. I'm gonna go back with Raro because he's gonna get a run on Takumi here.
He is indeed, and he's closer this lap than he was last time, but look at his ERS. His ERS is completely spent, but so is Takumi's. He's gonna make a move up the inside. Is he gonna have a look? Takumi locks up a little bit, and Raro does not make the desperate lunge, and Takumi holds the position.
That's gonna lose him some time for sure, because he took a tighter line than Takumi.
Meanwhile, Takumi has closed back to within a second of Rogaine.
Just keep in mind that Takumi has a penalty.
That he does,
and Kenny, is 3/10 behind El Sociedad, and we might see an overtake happen right now after Parabolica. Let's see, El Sociedad has what, 50%?
Also, JDR has picked up a time penalty as well, so now Rogaine is the only person in the top 5 who does not have a penalty.
Rogaine and Raro.
In the top 5.
Oh, top 5, okay, my bad. I think I heard top 10. So Kenny.
It's all good. Here we go, here's the run.
DRS.
He's gonna make a move. Dan makes a dodge to the right, to the left, I should say. And up the inside, side by side,
overbrakes
big
him.
lock up.
But he makes the
Can he
overtake.
hold it? Well, Dan, oh my god, oh! It looks like he let him through. Yeah,
Yep.
he must have known that that was not a clean pass, so he needed to let it through. And El Susi then holds on to the lead, and this is now...
And Takumi...
Oh goodness, and as that was happening, Takumi makes a DRS pass. Nothing too fancy, just a straight-up DRS pass down the start-finish straight on Monza. The Brax picks up
So
a time penalty there.
We've got, what, 3 laps left? Looks like it. Let's see if Kenny can make it stick. He is out of the DRS now.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time there, letting El Sucio Dan back through.
Very respectful thing to do, though. He knew he pushed him, gave back the position.
Yeah, that was good, clean, considerate racing, and we applaud that.
So the only battle is for P4 and P1 at the moment.
Certainly is, yeah. JDR looking very comfortable in 3rd place here. Kenny Lafleur, really a standout result here, and Takumi having a really interesting race here. He needs to pull away from Rogaine, but Rogaine is staying close, and if he can stay close and stay clean, he's got 4th place, and Takumi is going to be demoted 2 positions all the way back to P6. There we go, Rogaine with a bit of a run here.
Not gonna send it.
Oh!
Gets really, really close.
Certainly a lot of trust in each other's braking points there. And Raro getting a front row seat to this Renault battle, and it is a tight fight. So Takumi, Rogaine, and Raro once again coming through as this tight train here.
And Raro just gets a... Yeah, not the best exit.
Moment of excitement, to be sure, but he's still holding close. And critically, Takumi has pulled a second ahead of Rogaine.
So that actually helps Raro, because Rogaine is gonna be without the DRS now.
Here we go.
Raro might be close enough here to make the overtake, and we got Pat in the pits again for some reason. Ooh, but he goes in deep.
Wide line, wide line.
He is using that overtake as much as he can. I think he's
and
close enough.
Extended. Actually, yeah, I think
But
he's got movement.
that
How's Rogaine going to
Mercedes,
spin? Oh goodness, at Lassard. Well, he was ghosted nonetheless. And here they go. And Rogaine holds it.
And pushes off.
Oh, pushes Raro a little bit wide there. And that's going to be very hard for Raro to catch up just in 2 laps now. But critically, all this fighting is good news for all you Takumi fans out there.
Kenny,
because he is now
within, he's getting really close. I think El Sucio made some mistakes. The gap was 2 seconds, and now it's only 4/10. So we might see an overtake here, an overtake attempt, I shall say.
And yeah, keep an eye. Takumi right now 2.6 seconds ahead of Rogaine. He needs 3 seconds to be clear with the penalty to take 4th place. Here we go.
Takumi is gonna get really close.
But El Sucio Dan has just the same amount of ERS. He's getting in close, but Dan is sitting really tight on the inside here. There's a little switchback. Can he do it? Well, that's the question, isn't it? There's only going to be, oh goodness, I think there's only 2 more good overtaking opportunities ahead for them here.
I would say there's actually only one, and that's gonna be into Ascari in that DRS zone here.
Well, we could also see something really interesting into Parabolica, but I agree that's not a good overtaking opportunity, and already the chance into Rogia has passed.
It is possible, but you would have to get a perfect exit out of the Ascari, and considering that he's gonna have a lot of dirty air coming from El Suciodan, it's gonna be really hard to get a good exit.
Well, let's see what he can do.
ERS
He's
is on.
close. Coming into the final corner here at Curva Parabolica. El Suciodan leading Kenny Lafleur in his very first race here. They're taking the lines. He's only 3.5 tenths off, but there's not going to be enough space. They're coming up.
Yeah.
The checkered flag is waving. And El Suciodan takes his first win since the Canadian Grand Prix. Kenny Lafleur in P2 and JD are coming through comfortably in P3 after a spin at the very beginning of the race. Takumi Fujiwara, meanwhile, has not built up enough of a gap to Rogaine to get his penalty pass. So Rogaine is going to take P4, and Takumi Muliro, am I saying that right? Is 5th place.
So Raro doesn't take that P5 because Rogaine, pushed him out wide. On PLL, is he gonna drop to P8?
Place?
No, he doesn't. Keeps it. P8 Luke Brax
coming through.
P9 Ian.
And Ermagert is coming through here. He's fought throughout the race, and he has come through and ends this race. I think he can be quite pleased with a 10th place, which equals his best result of the season at Australia.
That was a good race.
That was a good race, Cub.
I wish JD was in that top 3 pack fighting with them, but it just happens. It sometimes just happens.
Well, it's a race to be impressed by the new guys.
Oh, definitely. Kenny, I think driver of the day.
Absolutely, yeah. I was very, very impressed by him. And you know what? None of us predicted this podium. All of us were like, yeah, he's looking reasonably fast, but he just came in here. He had a real challenge for the lead. And if he hadn't picked up that penalty, he would have won. El Suciodan was simply not able to shake him. But hey, let's not take anything away from Dan here. He ran a really nice race. He had the pace throughout. He looked strong in qualifying. He looked strong in the race. That's how you want to win.
Yeah, it was a solid race by both of them. And I would say even a more solid race from JD. Really good recovery into P3. But I think Kenny has the pace on both of them. Because El Suciodan is, close with JD, and now we've got Kenny. And Kenny was fighting with El Suciodan, so I think Kenny might shake up a few things here if he continues to race with us.
So. Yeah, if he's here, then suddenly we're saying goodbye to, and I have to point out this stat, first and second place have been absolutely monopolized by JDR and Bruno. In every race where both of them were involved, they have been first and second. There's been no race up until this one where both of them were in the race and both of them were not first and second. So big shout outs to Kenny for shattering that streak. Combo breaker, Kenny. Nice job.
Yeah, also to point out, he comparing Kenny to El Suciodan and JD, out of 3 of them, Kenny had the fastest lap.
Absolutely, yeah. His race pace was absolutely there, and it's sort of funny. He ran so anonymously because he ran so well. We kept on focusing on all the places where the battling was happening, but he was just holding on to that position, playing it very patiently, playing it very, very intelligently, and big salute to everyone involved in this race. That was very, very fun to cast with you, Cub.
Amazing race. I think there's nothing much more to say about this, and I hope Kenny can keep this pace and just get in that top 3 and possibly fight for a win next race.
And yeah, and honestly, like Takumi's out there too. Like we have just got an introduction of a couple of new people who we will see fighting for these podiums in the coming races. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it coming up. We've got races in Singapore, Japan, USA, Mexico, and then we're going to Brazil for our season finale, which is where the season finale honestly ought to be.
I agree. The Brazil is a phenomenal track. Brings good
Absolutely, yeah.
racing for sure.
Yeah, it is a fun track, and we're not just saying this because there is a big crowd of Brazilians in the chat. Shout out, guys.
All right, let's finish this off, Chaos.
All right. Well, it's been a fun race, and this has in the championship. This has seen Bruno close in on JDR. So JDR's lead has been reduced. Let's see, doing the math in my head, that's going to be to 16 points because it was 25 points for Bruno without fastest lap and 15 points for JDR for third place. So they've gone from 26 to 16 points away. So if Bruno beats him twice, or if JDR has one bad race, Bruno could very well be back in the lead. And by Bruno, sorry, I'm saying Bruno El Sucio. He has used both names.
All right, good race. Thank you for commentating with me, Chaos.
And thank you very much for running the stream and commentating with me, Cub.
It was a pleasure. For everybody watching, we'll see you Wednesday for Div 1 race, same track, same time, just different drivers. Thank you guys for watching, and good night.